It's very overwhelming.
Is that about the email? We are live once every week.
We don't want to cover. It's only 5:57. We're not allowed to cover.
I just said we could.
No, 5:57. Early. Still have a little ways to go.
Oh, look at us. Early.
Just enough time for one more. I was thinking of it.
I'll start here. Kick it to you when we get to the. Yep. Right. Yep.
Jackie, is this yours?
Oh.
We're just waiting for it to turn to be 6 p.m. So we have just one more minute. And what's going to happen is I'm going to call the meeting to order. We'll take the roll call, we'll adopt the agenda, and then you guys will be up for the Pledge of Allegiance. How's that sound? All right, awesome. Seriously, the longest 10 seconds of my life. I call this meeting to order, the Madison Elementary School District Board Governing Board. Ms. Humphries, can you please call the roll?
President Kazi.
Here.
Vice President Hunt.
Here.
Member Gresham.
Here.
Member Holcomb.
Here.
Member Thompson.
Present.
All are present.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to the adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All right, please vote accordingly. And that motion carries. The students from Camelview, can you please come up and help lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? All right, we're going to place the flag, and when you guys are ready to get started, we'll go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice job.
Thank you. Good job.
Is there a call for executive session? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentations and recognitions. Dr. Guerin.
President Kazi, members of the board, cabinet, and guests, it is once again time to recognize some of our stellar staff. And tonight we have MDTCA Vice President Alicia Penn.
Thank you, Dr. Guerin, members of the board, cabinet. The You Make the Difference and Shining Star Awards are presented by the Madison District Classified, Certified, and Classroom Teachers Association and Madison Administration to recognize the certified and classified staff who truly demonstrate Madison's vision of inspiring passion for learning and leading in an ever-changing world. All right, first we have from Madison Camelview for the You Make a Difference Award. It is my pleasure to recommend James Thomas, better known to us as Jake, for the You Make the Difference Award. Jake is one of those rare people who can turn a school's entire atmosphere around just by showing up. Even on the most hectic mornings, he greets everyone with a genuine smile that makes the day feel manageable. His classroom is a place of warmth and laughter where students feel safe and excited to learn. And that positive energy naturally spills out into the hallways, lifting the spirits of every teacher he passes. Jake doesn't just make our school a happier place, he makes us a better one. He balances high standards with a truly student-centered approach, always staying flexible to meet his kids where they are. He's a master at sparking curiosity and teaching his students how to keep trying when things get tough. When faced with changes or new challenges, Jake leads by example, staying calm and figuring out solutions instead of getting frustrated. Behind the scenes, Jake is the ultimate team player. In our PLC meetings, he is always prepared and ready to help. He dives into student data with a focus on how we can all improve. And he's the first person to offer a hand before you even have to ask. He listens without rushing you and never makes anyone feel like a burden. Working alongside Jake makes the job feel lighter. The hard days don't seem quite as heavy, and even the longest meetings feel a bit more hopeful when he's in the room. His positivity is the real deal, and it creates a supportive environment where both students and staff feel appreciated. Simply put, Jake makes our school a place where people want to be, and he truly makes a difference every single day.
Yeah, I know. You get to do the, you get to thank you. Thank you.
Glad you could make it.
Thanks so much.
Missed your whole
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much. Congratulations. Thank you.
Go right here. Yes. Take a picture.
Would you like to say something, introduce your family?
Sure, yes.
We actually have a mic right here. You don't need to go to the podium.
Oh, great.
It's like magic.
Did I just speak into it?
You just,
It'll just talk, it'll catch it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much to my wife and my son are here. I see my my colleagues at at Madison Camelview here. Shout out Ms. Willis, Ms. Smiley, Mr. Smith, Gina, Ms. Karsten, who helped me navigate the parking garage as well. Aubrey Erickson as well, and Mr. Greer, and of course my my wife and my son Benji are here. Like he's gonna miss this. He's asleep.
How old is he?
He's 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, he came right at the beginning of the school year. So it's been quite a wild year for me.
Well, thank you. Your classroom's a magical place.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Please.
Next, we have Megan Taylor from Madison Park. Megan Taylor, a dedicated resource teacher in her 5th year at Madison Park, is an exceptional nominee for this award. She was a pioneer in implementing the co-teaching model at Madison Park, which was the first school in the district to adopt it in 2021 as part of the transition to inclusion. Since the beginning, Megan has been a steadfast advocate for her students and the co-teaching philosophy. Megan is an invaluable asset to our community. She demonstrates precise expertise in delivering specialized instruction to meet students' academic and behavioral needs, including managing check-in and check-out interventions to ensure students achieve their goals. A highly valuable member of the staff, Megan consistently leads by example, maintaining a positive, can-do attitude that lifts the spirits of everyone around her by focusing on successes. She is the kind of dedicated, high-impact teacher every school wishes to have. Beyond the classroom, Megan contributes significantly to the school's culture through athletics. This year, she coached both girls varsity volleyball and girls soccer. She successfully led both teams to the playoffs and coached the girls' soccer team to a championship victory via a very dramatic shootout in overtime. Furthermore, Megan played an instrumental role in one of the district committees to implement the district's strategic plan. She lent her voice and expertise as part of the Student Services Madison Action Team, helping to plan and develop guidelines for the special education services. It is a true honor to nominate Megan Taylor for this recognition. She is integral to the momentum and growth we are experiencing at Madison Park, and we are proud to have her as part of the Park family.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for going above and beyond.
Yeah, just thank you for Madison Park family. I have a great support system from my admin and from my coworkers. I love teaching at Madison Park, so thank you.
Anyone here you want to?
My family's actually celebrating my grandma's 76th birthday, so they're not here. Yeah,
Hopefully you can catch them.
yes, I'm going to join them after. But thank you.
All right, for the Shining Star Award, we have from Madison Camel View, Carrie Smiley. It is my pleasure to nominate Carrie Smiley for the Shining Star Award. Carrie is one of those essential people who seems to be everywhere at once, acting as a constant, steadying force for both our students and our staff. Whether she is managing the flow of morning duty or staying late to ensure a school event goes off without a hitch, she approaches every task with a sincerity and a calm that makes the most hectic days feel manageable. As a reading intervention assistant, Carrie does far more than teach literacy. She builds a foundation of confidence. She has a gift for connecting with her students, creating a space where they feel safe enough to take risks and push through challenges. Her dedication is best seen in the quiet moments, like when she voluntarily gives up her prep time to work with extra students, simply because she refuses to let anyone fall behind. She manages a caseload of 52 students with grace, ensuring that each child feels seen and supported rather than just another name on a list. Behind the scenes, Carrie is the teammate everyone hopes to have. She is remarkably intuitive, often stepping in to prep materials or assist the first grade teachers before they even realize they need the extra hand. She doesn't wait for instructions. She looks for gaps and fills them, making the entire grade level run more smoothly. Her colleagues know they can lean on her, not just for work ethic, but for the genuine encouragement that she offers during the long weeks of the school year. Outside of the classroom, Carrie's commitment to the Camelview community is unmatched, from running booths at Hero Night to managing the logistics backstage at the winter concert. She is always the first to volunteer her time. Parents frequently reach out to express their gratitude for the welcoming environment that she fosters, noting that her kindness makes the school feel like a second home for their children. Carrie's presence makes our hard days lighter and our successes feel more meaningful. She deserves to be recognized for the incredible difference that she makes every day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Look how lovely.
Well, I just want to thank my amazing administrators, CJ and Sierra, my amazing teammate, Debbie Willis, of course, my very special, amazing daughter, Sadie, for coming this evening, and It is truly a pleasure and amazing to work at Camelview. I feel so blessed to be there. And wait a way to go out so I can retire this year. I got a nice
No, wait, don't retire. Take it back, take it back.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Thank you.
All right, our next Shining Star Award is from Madison Park Middle School. Jess McFadden, our dedicated 21st Century Coordinator, is an exceptional candidate for the Shining Star Award. She has been a Madison employee through the Community Education Department for the past 21 years. Through her tireless efforts and commitment to the Madison Park students and community, she runs an incredibly successful program that honors the innovation of our teachers and the creativity of our students. Jess is constantly seeking out new ways to engage our community. Through the 21st Century program and her remarkable efforts, we are able to offer before and after school programs that showcase the best of what our students can do. Students consistently love the offerings, and we have seen enrollment in our before and after school clubs increase every year. Her commitment extends to supporting our youngest students as well. Through her planning, we are able to include incoming fifth graders in our summer program. This crucial initiative helps our newest students successfully navigate our campus and feel confident and excited about starting middle school. The enticing offerings of the 21st Century program have also helped us make significant progress toward our school-wide goal of decreasing student absenteeism and increasing overall student achievement. Ms. Jess recently led a highly successful program review from the site program evaluation visit. As a result, we received commendation for the excellent organization of class offerings, the effective management of funds, and the clear progress being made toward our stated goals. Furthermore, she continues to tailor many of the before and after school clubs to align with our school's STEAM signature program. Ms. Jess McFadden consistently goes above and beyond for our community to ensure that the 21st Century program makes a profound and positive impact on students and their academic success. It is a true honor to nominate Jess McFadden for the Shining Star Award. She truly embodies the spirit of Madison Park, reflecting what it means when we say every employee matters and that it takes a village to impact the lives of our students.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Just thank you to the park team and the community ed team, because if it wasn't for them, I don't know if we'd get through it. So thank you. Great job.
Somebody with you?
Thank you.
You have somebody with
Myself. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone, for attending and to our award winners, but this is the moment where we tell you you don't have to stay. We would love for you to stay, but it is not at all required.
Someone has a birthday party to get to.
Yes, yes, there's a grandma's birthday party, there's a lot happening. Dr. Guerin, Superintendent's Report.
President Kazi, members of the board, cabinet, and guests. Was it just last night that we celebrated Fall in Love with Madison? I want to congratulate Dr. Lomeli and her team for once again knocking it out of the park for employee recruitment. It's hard sometimes to capture when you're trying to find staff what a special place Madison is. We call it the Madison Magic, and I truly think this event is so incredible because you just feel the love in the room. You feel what a special community we are. We know how important it is to have the best teacher in front of every student, the best bus driver, crossing guard, friendly kitchen staff. So we put a lot of effort into bringing people in and then also retaining them in the Madison family. So this event is really special, so special that we had someone from the Arizona Department of Education come check it out to learn the innovative ways that we're doing this in a teacher shortage. And one of the reasons Madison doesn't have as much of an issue as other districts is we truly work very hard in that work. So thank you, Dr. Lumley. I also want to thank all the principals and the department heads for giving up their evening to connect face-to-face, whether they had openings or not, just to meet and greet potential employees. So thank you, everyone. If you are on the naughty list and have not made plans for Valentine's night yet, I've got the out for you. You can go to Elton John at the Madison Center for the Arts and score major brownie points. So please know that that is coming up. There's tickets still available. It is not the actual Elton John, but you might not be able to tell the difference. And again, one of the most remarkable events of the year is Night at the Museum. We recently hosted Night at the Museum thanks to Leanne Spangler and everyone from the Madison Education Foundation. We had a stomp performance by park students that was wow. I mean, I want to learn how to flip that drumstick and catch it. It is really cool. The celebration of the arts, the family engagement, the hands-on activities, the students dressed up as pieces of art and that can explain in detail what their art piece is about and the history of it. Every year it gives me chills. So I couldn't help but do a little shopping at the Art Masterpiece gift shop. So every cabinet member and governing board member, there's some little kid-made trinkets. You can grab one on the way out, and also some Art Masterpiece notebooks. So thank you to everyone. It was really a fun-filled, eventful 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Guerin. We'll move along to item 4.3, Governor Board Member Reports. Last week, I said we just go in alphabetical order and then just change that up every week so everybody has a chance to go first and share everything that the last person doesn't get to share. It does happen. So we'll start with Mr. Hunt.
Just two quick things. Fall in Love with Madison last night was excellent. Dr. Lumley, just an incredibly innovative way to put the great product of Madison out to the community, and just reminded me, great place to work, great place to go to school. If you have a neighbor, a friend who, one, would like to come work in a great place, tell them to come our way. If you have a neighbor who's paying to send their kids to some other school, tell them to come our way as well, because we have an incredible product here in Madison. And then just wanted to say good luck to all of the spring sports. They're all getting wrapping up winter and starting spring. Good luck to all the spring sports. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt. Mr. Holcomb.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to thank the Camel View for the presentation, their kids, and the robotics, and a mixture of both the STEM and the arts, so we got the full STEAM impact. I also had the opportunity this last week to go over to Camel View and meet with the 4th grade team to plan a day camp up at Camp Pomatichek. They've done that 7 years ago, like a few years ago, and going up again. So any of you'd like to come up for a day, it'll be a lot of fun, but it's great, the commitment that they have to giving the kids that experience. And I also went to the Night at the Museum, and it's phenomenal how that event has grown. I mean, it was just wall-to-wall people, and not only seeing the kids who got to do artists or to present a piece of art and what they knew, but how much they enjoyed that. And the whole event was just phenomenal. And I'm also looking forward. I'm not on the naughty list for once. I am taking my wife to the Elton John thing and the dinner before and during the concert. I have a group of people going. And so I hope to see a lot of people there because it's going to be a phenomenal event.
Thank you, Mr. Holcomb. Do you have a date yet for Camp Pomatichek to share with the board members?
Well, it is actually May 15th, the Friday.
Okay.
That Friday.
All right. I'm sure Ms. Humphrey
I
would
will,
like to know as well.
unfortunately, I will actually be missing 2 of the promotions because I will be up there doing, that's during the graduation season, but I figured it was worth it to go up there, take 100 fourth graders up to camp.
Understand. Thank you so much. Ms. Thompson?
Thank you. I want to echo the sentiment about our award winners. Congratulations to you all. I know my kids have really enjoyed Miss Jess and the programs before and after school, and we deeply appreciate her. Had a wonderful time at Night at the Museum. I have a kid who can teach you how to do the drumstick flip if you'd like, Dr. Guerin. But all the kids did such an amazing job. The raffle was a lot of fun as well. So thanks for all who came out, and thanks for the students who were there in support of that. I know we had, in addition to the park students coming that day, we also had Future Lions Day, so there were kids who were visiting their prospective middle schools. I know that happened at Park. I'm sure it's happening at the other middle schools soon. So I want to wish all of those fourth graders to have a fun time at their prospective middle schools coming up. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson. Ms. Gresham?
Thank you. Good evening. Mr. McKinley always does a great job for our showcase and for the congratulations to the award winners. And as we were presenting the awards, I was thinking how we are like this large village. And then in the last presentation, they said it takes a village. And I was like, I was just thinking that. So, and it does. It takes all of us. So that's nice to hear. Yes, I was also at Night at the Madison. I believe it was record attendance. We weren't, it's a free event, so can't really keep track. But according to Leanne, it was record attendance. And I want to give a huge shout out to her. She's done this many years now. She's a former parent, helps with the foundation, and she does Art Masterpiece and puts on Night at the Museum. So Ms. Spangler is awesome. So thank you for that. I got to attend, they had a community night at Madison Heights. I don't know, was that last week, so one of these days. They had a couple organizations come out and talk about school funding and gun safety, so it's always good to hear from them. So thank you for those groups for putting that on. I will be at Elton John on Saturday for my birthday, so I am planning my own, celebration with Elton John and the dinner. I do have an extra ticket for the dinner if somebody didn't get theirs, so you can bring me like cake or something if you want. Let's see, we have a PTO luncheon coming up, so I'm sure many of us will be there. And there is also the Madison Center for the Arts is hosting Celebration of Public Schools, which is a really fun event. I don't know if they've done it 2 or 3 times now. They bring students in to do performances, and they give awards to different educators. It's a really cool event. It's on March 7th, so you can look that up and get tickets right here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll just reiterate all of my colleagues' comments. Just 2 anecdotes. I was at the event, Fall in Love with Madison yesterday, the recruitment event, and there was a sophomore, and I thought she was a sophomore in college. No, she was a sophomore in high school. So she was getting an early start. And thinking about, yes, oh yes, it was quite impressive. And then I just want to put my heart out to all the teachers who will be in sugar-filled classrooms in a few days. And I'll be thinking about you because I remember those days. It's a wacky day. And it's Friday the 13th, too. Crazy. Just nutty. All right, let's move along to the consent agenda. Are there any items that we need to pull from the consent agenda before I entertain a motion? All right, I'll entertain a motion, please.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
I will second.
Please vote accordingly. Oh, we're being very stealth tonight, sorry. Motion carries and the consent agenda is approved. Now is the time for the call to the public. I'm going to read our policy regarding our call to the public, and then we will be inviting individuals who have indicated they'd like to speak to the board up to the front platform. Podium. That's what it is. It's a podium. Thank you. Pursuant to board policy, time has been set aside for a call to the public. This is an opportunity for individuals to address the entire board in a public setting to express their views or concerns. State law limits our ability to respond to comments made during the call to the public. However, we do hear your remarks, and we ask the superintendent to follow up and to provide us with information regarding any issues raised. To keep us on schedule, each speaker has no more than 3 minutes. And when you are called to speak, please proceed to the lectern or podium. As a courtesy, you'll be notified by a beep. Your 3 minutes are up. There's a little color-coded box right there that you can look at. And at the end of your 3 minutes, we will ask you to conclude your remarks. Our first speaker is Mina Wintz. Is that correct? Am I pronouncing that properly? Got it right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I have notes to try to keep it at 3 minutes. So, good evening, board members and Dr. Gearing. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. I just want to begin by acknowledging and appreciating the district has started the conversations around ICE and its impact on our community. That really matters. So, however, I do want to know that kind of what has been communicated so far feels largely reactive rather than proactive. And that's kind of where my concerns lie at the moment. As we watch neighboring districts, many of which our students will eventually feed into, we see a bit of a different approach. Phoenix Union, for example, has taken a clear stance by naming itself a safe zone and empowering principals to proactively share resources with families. That kind of leadership sends a powerful message, and that student safety and family trust are priorities, not afterthoughts. And I want to be clear, I understand I am not the demographic at all that's being targeted, but I am here as a community member and a parent. I did grow up and went to school in Minnesota, and when I had my son, I genuinely considered moving back purely for the education system. I didn't, because I don't like to be cold and I don't really like snow. I can handle it for a day, but then I tap out. But instead, I found myself here in the Madison community. And over time, I built a strong support system and a deep sense of belonging. And today, parts of the community are really scared. While I personally have the privilege of having grandparents who can safely pick up my son from the bus stop or school, I know several families who don't. I know grandparents who are too afraid to leave their homes, even to buy groceries. And these fears are real, and they directly affect our students' ability to feel safe, focused, and supported. While I appreciate the letters that have been sent out, I don't believe we're doing enough. Many of the families that are impacted are not going to ask for help, even if they're encouraged to do so. And advising families to reach out to school leaders places the burden on those who are already afraid. A true supportive approach would be proactive, bringing resources to families, not waiting for them to raise their hands. There was a letter sent out last Friday on February 6th. Now, the resources that were included in it were actually overshadowed by the first half of the message, which felt more about number one and the walkout, and it kind of felt a little distant from all of the districts. So it kind of overshadowed all the resources that were provided. And advising families to make their voices heard outside of school kind of helped miss that moment and that need of giving them the resources that they're probably really in need of. Now, ICE has been inciting fear for a long time, so this shouldn't be new or unexpected. It should be something that we're kind of planning for earlier. So moving forward, I just want to urge the district to shift from a reactive stance to a proactive one that clearly prioritizes safety, trust, and community care, because our families deserve to know what their schools are, not just a place of learning, but places of protection and support. So thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Claire Todd.
Good evening, members of the board. Thank you for your time and for your service to this district. My name is Claire Todd. I'm a parent of 2 students in the Madison School District. My family has lived within the district boundaries for 13 years. I'm also a PTO member and a classroom volunteer. So I see firsthand how district policies or the absence of them affect students, staff, and families. I'm here tonight for 2 related reasons. First, I am asking this board to formally adopt a resolution affirming that all students, regardless of immigration status, are guaranteed access to education and that the Madison School District fully welcomes and supports every student it serves. This resolution should clearly state that Madison School District campuses and district buildings are safe spaces for all students, regardless of immigration status, and that staff are provided clear guidance on how to respond to any immigration-related activity on or near campus. This is not about politics, it's about compliance with federal law, education, educational continuity, and student well-being. When families are uncertain whether school is a safe place, learning suffers. A formal resolution removes uncertainty and ensures consistent, lawful responses across the district. Second, I want to address the district's response to the events on February 6th. On that day, students at Madison No. 1 organized a walkout. These were brave students advocating for themselves, something we actively teach and encourage in our schools. What was clear was not misconduct by students, but a lack of planning by the district. There are established ways to ensure student demonstrations are safe, supervised, and contained, but that requires preparation and clear protocols. That planning was not in place. Instead, the communication that followed used language that placed blame on students, created uncertainty about whether students had returned safely to campus, and emphasized disciplinary consequences, specifically unexcused absences. When a district leads with discipline rather than student safety and understanding, it signals a disconnect from the community it serves. It shows a failure to meet students and families in the moment and raises serious concerns about the district's understanding of both the issue at hand and its own community. I want to be clear and respectful in my closing. This is not a request for symbolism or reassurance. It's a request for governance. The events of February 6th made it evident that Madison lacks a clear, proactive framework for addressing situations that directly affect student safety, trust, and access to education. I'm asking this board to lead by formally adopting a resolution that affirms Madison's commitment to welcoming and fully supporting all students, and by establishing clear guidance that ensures our schools remain safe spaces for every student. Leadership is shown through preparation, not reaction. I look forward to seeing this board take timely, concrete action to meet this responsibility. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Dr. Guerin, can you please follow up? All right, let's move along to item number 7, board policies, first read. Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
President, members, a wide range of different policies here, so there wasn't really anything too breathtaking to highlight for you. I would say that the only thing I would highlight is for those that were not accepting those policies in general, either we've already adopted the version of the policy they were recommending, or we had a unique Madison policy that didn't need changing. Really, the rest of the changes are conforming to laws that have been recently passed, or some minor tweaking of language and things like that recommended by ASBA, and we're just following their recommendations.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Are there any questions regarding items noted in 8.1, which I assume we will vote by, just really quickly, 8.1, then 8.2, then 8.3? Are we in? Or all together?
We'll do them 8.1 to 8.2 to 8.3 because they're separate.
That's what I thought.
Motion,
Okay.
but we're still in 7.1, so we won't vote yet.
Oh, I'm way ahead of myself. Thank you. Questions?
I just want to clarify for 7.3 and 8.3. So the ones, okay, we have the ASBA changes, and then we have the ASBA changes with our modifications, and then so the ones that we didn't take the ASBA changes, are those staying the same then, or are we still adopting those?
So if we rejected their policy advisory, it means that either we already had adopted that version of it. So a few of them came through, and when we looked at them, they were identical to what is already in our policy. So there wasn't a reason to accept that policy advisory. Were a few where we have a unique policy, and when I say unique, for example, one of theirs talks about high school district, and ours just refers to our elementary district. And so there's no reason to really bring in the high school language, and it didn't have any other change to it. So we rejected that one and stuck with the language that we have. If anything had any kind of legal consequence or anything, we would have adopted that. But if we already had a policy that was clearly ours or wasn't needing a change, we just rejected their policy advisory recommendation.
Thank you. So they're either staying the same or we already had it or something. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any additional questions on on 7.1?
I just want to point out, the board has had the opportunity to look at and take consideration of what you said, although I know how much you like these policies. So if you want to read each one of them, we'd be more than happy.
Oh, please don't. Yes, that would be
There's
wonderful.
only 24 of them.
I'll be very happy when these policies are behind me, but it has been a good exercise in reviewing as a new employee all of the policies that I'm responsible for. So thank you.
So any additional questions on any of the first read policies in item number 7, 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3? Okay, great. Let's move along to item number 8, second read. Mr. Thompson.
As indicated, you've already been presented these policies and read in the last meeting, so tonight is just the formal adoption of them.
Any additional questions on these items before we move forward with the vote?
So do we only need votes on 8.1 and 8.2 since 8.3 we aren't adopting it?
They are asking for a motion to basically say we do not accept the
Okay,
ASBA.
got it.
Mhm. So I will entertain a motion for item 8.1.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the accepted ASBA changes to policies. Please vote accordingly. Motion carries. Moving along to item number 8.2, I will accept a motion to adopt ASBA changes to policies with Madison modifications.
I move to adopt 8.2 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept ASBA changes to policies with Madison modifications. Please vote. That motion carries. Item number 8.3, I'll accept a motion to decline to adopt ASBA suggested changes to policies DD, DIB, EG, EGAD, and FF as presented.
I will move that one too.
Second.
Is moved and seconded to decline to accept the ASBA suggested changes to policies as noted previously. Please vote.
It's no Dewey Decimal System, that's for sure.
Good gravy. No kidding. And that motion carries. All right, moving along to item number 9, information items, Budget Advisory Committee and interest-based negotiation, recommendations for 2026, 2027 budget. Dr. Guerin.
Yes. President Kazi, members of the board, cabinet, and guests, I want to thank all the staff and community members who participated in this process to ensure that Madison is fiscally responsible and also providing the best education possible with our resources. I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Lomeli to start presenting the recommendations.
Which will go to Mr. Thompson first.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. I knew that.
That's okay. We're just going to give you the context. You've seen this information before, but as a reminder for the public and for those that might be seeing this for the first time, this is kind of our current state of our budget as we know it today. It's still very early in the budget process. We don't have a legislative budget. We don't have a lot of all the pieces filled in, but with what we do know, we wanted to move forward so that we could have a discussion with our staff as to what they were looking at for next year. And so some commitments have been made, and we'll get into that in just a second. Currently, we are anticipating, as I've mentioned before, the state is constitutionally bound to provide us a minimum of 2%. They can always provide us more than 2% if they want to. And the only time that it goes below 2% is if inflation falls below 2%, which doesn't seem to be on the horizon right now. Student decline has had a negative effect on the budget planning for next year of about $300,000. And we don't really have any other factors we're aware of because, again, the legislative session is still in progress. Current expense factors, with this, we went forward to the IBN and Budget Advisory with a commitment of $750,000 available for next year, which is the equivalent of a 2% salary increase, 1% being $375,000. The retirement system is decreasing very, very slightly, kind of a non-factor, but just highlighting it for posterity's sake, so we remember that it did go down a little. And we still are waiting to hear from our benefits, and we're anticipating that around the beginning of March. Part of this conversation is the carry forward, and the reason for the carry forward conversation is it is a budgetary factor as we plan for the future. And we're using a touchstone. I don't want to say this is a specific amount that's set in any kind of law or anything. It's just kind of a goal, and that is 4%. That would be 1.9 million, and that is necessary due to the fact that current year funding means that we get adjusted in the year if students show up or don't show up for us. And it allows us to really maintain that annual commitment, and that is our critical factor. We want to hire teachers, give them a contract, and guarantee their employment for the year. In doing so, we've made that long-term commitment for that 12-month period, but the student count could be adjusting. So carry forward helps us manage that. Think of it as a savings account slightly. So with that, I'll turn it over to the IBN process.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Madam President, Cabinet, our interest-based negotiation team is focuses our work on salaries, benefits, and working conditions. And I'd like to acknowledge the three teams and the members who participated in this process. Our certified team consisted of Anna Andrews as a leader, Casey Bilger, Jensen Harris, Alicia Patton. Classified team was led by Patrick McFadden, included Matt Bloom, Debbie Wheeler, and Gina Robertson. And our administrative team included Barb Marshall, Priscilla Gossett, Justin Wright, and myself, and many of the members are here in the audience tonight. I just want to thank them for all of their hard work.
This is my team. And some of them crossed over, which helped with the continuity between the conversations.
So our IBN recommendations, and these are in order of our priority order. So in terms of salary, the team is recommending a 2% salary increase for all employees. In terms of benefits, the recommendation is to continue to provide training and information on benefits to all of our staff, but also to maintain a fully funded plan for one employee funded, a plan that covers employee cost, and also to continue the Madison contribution to a health savings account, which is basically our current program. The next topic is sick leave bank donation. We do not have one in Madison, and so the recommendation is to create a committee to research and create guidelines to potentially implement a sick leave donation bank in the future. The next topic is middle school new teacher mentor. We currently have new teacher mentor that is funded through grant funds. And the recommendation at this time is that if there's any potential surplus or funding that becomes available, that we would like to include that to cover the cost of a new teacher mentor. The next topic is reducing expectations outside of the school day, and this was brought by our certified staff. The recommendation is to utilize TCT time for parent-teacher conferences. That's during Parent-Teacher Conference Week. So there'll be two days. We're recommending that those 2 days are utilized for parent-teacher conferences to help reduce some of the commitments for teachers outside the regular school day. Also, our site professional council representatives, we're asking them to address the commitments with their school sites for our certified staff. The next topic is professional development for continuing employment. We had lots of discussions about this, and we're recommending continue to develop our CARE program, which is focused on providing professional development, and we're focusing on classified staff. New hire accrued leave. The recommendation is to front load 3 days of accrued leave for staff that are brand new to the district to help them get over any potential days that they have to be out due to illness so that they do not miss pay when they're new employees to the district. Topic of national board stipends, it was brought to our IBN for discussion, and it was brought as an ask to increase. The IBN is recommending that if funds become available, to increase this stipend incrementally until all stipends are $3,000. And this would be if funds do become available. We currently do have one group of employees that have a $3,000 national board stipend, and others are $2,000. And we do have a history in Madison of being the same for all groups of employees. So that is a recommendation. One topic is sick leave payout. We had lots of discussions about this. It was the discussion points were to pay out sick leave at earlier intervals. We currently, employees cannot get any payout until they've had at least 5 years with the district. In our research, we discovered that Madison is competitive in this regard. So our recommendation is to continue to communicate with employees, our program here in Madison, but also help employees understand what accrued leave is used for. And another topic is co-teacher workload and responsibilities. This is an area where Student Services is currently working on any of the concerns. So this, the recommendation is to continue to let our Student Services team resolve and work in this area. And that's it for our IBN recommendations, and we will entertain any questions.
Mr. Holcomb.
Yes, I don't have a question. I just have two quick comments. One, this process has gotten much better over the years, and even more involvement and recommendations. But one thing that's been consistent over many years, and it's shown again this year, is that the people who serve on these committees and come forward with these recommendations really consider what's best for the district and get past just, okay, what was best for me or my group. I've seen that over and over again, even at the times when we've had really short times where we're looking at cutting salaries, where administrators were going to take a 3% or 3 to 8 furlough days. 12 months we're taking 2, and teachers would take 1. And the teachers and them came back and said, no, we're all in this together. We all take the same cut. And I think that's also very much reflected in what we have here. And it's something I want to compliment you on. You should be very proud of, because it makes our job better, because we don't have to deal with infighting. What we get to deal with is, okay, what are these recommendations, how they work back. The other thing is, you notice that only one of these recommendations really has a fiscal impact. This process really gives us an opportunity to get feedback on things that we can actually do better to make our culture, our system better. And there were just 3 things I think in particular showed that the benefits that Madison puts out that's always been something that's very strong. It's on slide 7, the reference to the benefits. The 3 extra days for new hires. I mean, none of the people on these committees are new hires. They're looking out for the system and for new people coming in. And the other one is the sick leave payout. Again, we are already more than fair in how we do that, but this is a way to, again, that is not doesn't have an economic impact really, but it provides additional incentives for the people coming into the district. So thank you very much for the work.
Ms. Gresham.
Just a quick comment, just to clarify, because for those that don't know, we have two groups. So we have the IBN group is staff and employees that come together, as Mr. Holcomb mentioned, and then the budget advisory, which we've been doing for a while now, and that is actually community members, parents, and staff of all levels. So I just wanted to clarify that we do get input from all the different, stakeholders in this process. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that and thank you both.
Thank you. Additional questions or comments? All right, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Thompson and Dr. Lomely. This is the first time that I can recall in my now 12 years on the board where there's been full alignment between the IB, the interest-based negotiation team and the budget advisory team. Never happened before, so thank you. All right, moving along to item number 9.2, Madison Meadows Gym and Madison Rose Lane rebuild update. Dr. Lumley. Dr. Lumley, oh my gosh, I'm really tired.
Okay. No worries.
Dr. Guerin.
And I just want to mention that Ms. Marshall is also involved in interest-based negotiations, so thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall.
President Kazi, members of the board, cabinet, and guests, so excited to welcome to the podium Mr. Calvin. And guest, not only is BB, involved with Grace, but she's also a parent. So very excited. Please welcome. Oh, and I'm probably supposed to turn it over to Mr. Thompson. I'm so sorry, Mr.
Absolutely.
Thompson.
That was a perfect introduction. All I was going to highlight is this evening we get to talk about the support of our community, which is always a plus, and this would only be possible if our voters support us. And so this is one of those really amazing times where we get to talk about the wonderful support of our community and the great things we're doing with those funds. So I'll turn it over to these two to show you what we're up to.
Good evening, President, members of the board. Thank you so much for allowing us present to you an update on both projects where I've been proud to be part of it as a parent and as a community member. So, and the first slide, we're going to talk about the Madison Meadows Middle Gym renovation. It was not a full replacement, but it was a complete renovation of an existing facility. And then second on the agenda is the Rose Lane replacement of construction update of only phase 1, because as you recall, we have multiple phases going on Madison Rose Lane. So we'll start with Meadows Middle School. This is our brand new main entrance. What a huge difference from what we had. It was the round entrance with lockers on either side. Now we have an actual entrance with a lobby, concession, a multi-purpose room, lockers in the back. And this is a brand new phase of the west side where parents are dropping off their kids in the morning or picking them up. Brand new lobby to display trophies and awards that leads you right straight into the brand new gym. There were many days in collaboration with Patrick, and I truly appreciate the involvement that he has put into this project with our team and the contractor. This is the multi-purpose room. From my understanding, they're using it every day, in the morning, in the evening, dance, cheers, wrestling team, everything is happening in this room, which is phenomenal to see that all of a sudden the full building was being used by everyone, and they truly are enjoying it because they really needed these spaces. And like Mr. Thompson mentioned, this is all thanks to our voters and our community support that we have. So we are very blessed and lucky to have that support because not a lot of districts have passed their bonds. Brand new lockers for boys and girls, following the same colorful concept that we have for Meadows with the red and grays and whites. We probably walked this locker room more than 100 times. So, so we also had a huge celebration I personally wanted to make it special for this community because I knew that they'd been waiting for this renovation for so long. As you recall, we had to put this project on hold due to the unforeseen conditions of the market, right? And as a gift to our community and our students, we invited the Phoenix Gorilla Sun and the Phoenix cheerleaders. So it was quite the surprise. The little surprise got ruined here and there because the rumors just spread faster. And as you can tell, we all had a big smile on our faces. And I really thank the members that made it to this event. It truly was very special. As a mother, as the project manager, as a community member, Dr. Guerin, I appreciate the speech. It was wonderful. My speech was a little funny at the end, but yes, I got to have my son, he's the one on the green t-shirt, cut the ribbon with his friend from childhood. So that made it extra special to us. Anything that you might want to add on Meadows?
Sure, thank you. I'd just like to thank Principal Katie Clark for the understanding and just letting us be out there and go through this heavy task. I mean, it really went well. In Grace Design, McCarthy building team, everybody just pulled together, kept it on the schedule, kept it in budget, and it's just a fun project. Thank you.
So here's a little extra picture of his grand entrance. So it was quite fun. Now moving on to Rose Lane replacement construction update for phase 1. As you recall, the overall master plan, we have phase 1 is the administration, 1st to 4th grade building, the PE building sitting up front, and the kindergarten wing that is currently being built right now with other site-related items that are connecting that site. And then the phase 2 is the student commons, which is our cafeteria, our main stage, and then the northeast corner building, that's the professional development building. So next year, we'll probably be talking more about that update on those buildings. This is just an overall 3D view of the site, what it's going to look like. We have actual pictures. So as you recall, the only spot where we had an opportunity to build, it was on the fields. So we are building phase 1 right now. So a little bit, if you go back, building K, the 2-story building, that one is completely gone, right? We demoed that to allow the kindergarten wing to come in, and you can see now a little bit of the classroom building and then the kindergarten building on the south end coming in with the PE. McCarthy is moving quite fast, and you can see that we're almost topped out on the classroom building, which is very exciting to see. And then on this image, it shows a view towards the east, and this one shows exactly what is happening right now, which is pretty phenomenal to see this being built while school is happening with no interruptions to their academic year. And then another view of the kinder building, looking if you were right above the district maintenance and transportation area. And now, I believe when I presented a last update, there was a comment from Mr. Holcomb, and he said, I want to see color, right? So we took a step back as a team with Patrick and his team and Andre and everyone else from our team. We said, let's add more colors to the outside. We had it on the inside, but we want to see it on the outside. So we took a stab, and these are the colorful metal panels that are going to be on the exterior facade. And if you notice, there's a little bit of connection to Rose Lane. If you walk Rose Lane right now, there's a little bit of teal. We don't want to make that history disappear, so we wanted to respect that, and we brought in that color back. This is if you were standing in the courtyard looking towards the classroom building that is currently being built. That's the main entrance to the library from the courtyard. On the first floor on the right-hand side, that's one of the entrances to the classroom building. Dance classroom is on the second floor, so they'll have a nice view to the courtyard. This other view is from the amphitheater. The stage is to the left towards the learning staircase that is on part of Building A, which is phase 1 being built right now. And then the student comments, again, color. We want color. And on the right side, we have a little bit of playground equipment. We will make sure that that has a colorful impact no matter what. We are here to always listen. Patrick has shared comments, Mr. Thompson has shared comments that we want to continue that colorful experience for the kids and for the community. So on the inside, this is the library. We have a slide that could be used for well behavior. You know, you'll get a ticket and you'll get to use the slide. You'll also get an opportunity to go and grab a book on the second floor little nook area and just enjoy your library space. Pin up space for any announcements, for art showcases, anything will be along this hallway. What does the collaboration spaces look like in the classroom building? This is very similar to Madison Meadows Middle School, where you have the collaboration zone and it opens up in a wing. Now this is very similar. It doesn't have the operable walls and all of that, but it still has that transparency feeling from the classroom into the collaboration spaces. We have literacy zones identified, so that way the kids are able to come out from the classroom and go into the literacy zone. And you can see in the back, they're gonna have bookshelves there, so they can come out and read and do the research or work as a team. We also have the gender neutral restrooms that are open to this collaboration space. Also very colorful. And then just a little details here and there that we have been working as a team to create experiences for the students. What do you do with your typical staircase underneath? It's usually a wasted space. So why not give that space to the students to create a little puppet show or just a little nook or anything to keep them occupied and not waste spaces throughout. And you see color everywhere again. This is the student comments. We have glass that has a color film. We have color panels that are being coordinated with the interior finishes. The ceiling that is a wood type looking ceiling. So we wanted to make sure that Rose Lane was the actual performance school that they truly are. So we just wanted to give you a quick update on where we are, show you the renderings, and maybe next time we show you a side-by-side of what the rendering looked like and what the actual reality will look like. Any update?
Okay, thank you. Just a couple of things back on budget and schedule. Right now, it's a long project. We've got 3 phases. You know, it's a long duration. We're trending well within budget. When we got out of the gate on this project, you know, we had a long time with the city to get permits and things like that. And we know it rained a bunch last year. So we had a deficit that we had to try to recap on. McCarthy's done a really good job. We're pulling a lot of those days back in, and our project target dates for substantial completion are intact. So, successful.
Thank you, Mr. Galvin. Questions? Ms. Gresham.
Hello, thank you both. And thank you I feel like we always have you guys at the end of the meeting, so I'm sorry. Maybe one of these days we'll have you guys at the beginning. And plus, then we'd have a bigger audience. I just want to ask about the library because I know we like to have like these open airy spaces, but we also are times when we need a quiet space for various things. So I'm just wondering, is that like a contained space? Is it connected to any other areas, like the dance is next to it. So I'm just imagining if we needed a space where there's quiet, which is, a library usually should be. So is that possible?
Absolutely. President, members of the board, the library in itself, it's actually its own space. It is connected through the hallway. We wanted to create that open, inviting feeling, but however, using finishes throughout this space will allow that quiet moment. So we're using carpet throughout. We have at the landing of the slide, we have a cushioned, basically it's like what you see in the playgrounds outside, that's rubberized surface, right? We have panels on the second floor. You get a little glimpse on the second floor nook up there that resembles the leaves of a tree. Those are acoustical panels. So we believe that with the furniture coming in eventually, that's going to create more of a quiet feeling. And also in the literacy zones that are identified in the classroom building and in kindergarten building, it creates also a nice little quiet area for them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Mr. Holcomb.
Yes, I get blamed for a lot of things, but I will gladly take the blame for the coloring, but you should take credit for, really taking it over the top. I'm almost, looking at this in tears, just I'm thinking of a kid, kindergartner, second grade, third grade, going into this school and saying, this is where I get to go to school. You can't, if a kid wants to go to school and is enjoying it, it's so much easier to educate them and get them to attend. Mr. Patrick, you've always been very good at bringing things in on or under budget and on schedule, no matter what's been thrown at you. But looking at this, the upgrades to this, the large open sort of staircase that doubles as stadium seating for the outside theater. Being able to do this within a school construction budget is just phenomenal. And I still can't get over the slide in the thing. My problem is most slides like that I get stuck in, so I don't think I can use it, but I can go in and do it. I do have a question about the commons, and I appreciate you, really embracing the commons concept, because I think it is. One of the things I always have a concern about, and I'd like you to address about, is the acoustics in a room like that, and looking at a relatively low ceiling for that large a space, and the acoustics and the panels and the sound system that's being put in, again, because this is a visual and performing arts school. So can you address that a little bit?
Yes, of course. President, members of the board, we actually hired an acoustical consultant to allow us have a better selection of our finishes and design. So if you notice a little bit on the ceiling, there is a slight tilt to every cloud, right? And also we have an acoustical ceiling, just like this one above us, that will absorb a lot of sound coming through. Also, the acoustical deck has been specified to be sound protected. So we're using a dovetail, which is a very expensive type of deck, but it will help us with acoustics. And then we also have a lot of acoustical wall panels. You see a little bit of it on the far left corner. Those are acoustical wall panels, and as well as on the entrance of the stage. So we understand that cafeterias, commons can get pretty loud. The one that I volunteered the most has been Madison Simas and Madison Meadows. And yes, it can get pretty loud and you can barely understand anyone that has a microphone. So with this project, we hired an acoustical consultant to help us move the needle a little bit further to help with that issue.
The second part to that is making the room, acoustically friendly. But then if you do that, you have to also then be very careful about the sound system, because otherwise, the sound system's not right, you can't be heard because of the mitigation factors. Can you address that, please?
Yes, of course. We have the specialty vendor that has been working with Patrick and the contractor and us, and we will make sure that that sound system will be tested. It was tested at Madison Meadows to make sure that that speech was actually heard. So we will go through some testing before it's even released to the school.
Mr. Hunt?
Can you just remind us of the timeline?
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board and cabinet. The timeline for this project, phase 1 will open July of this year. That's our big admin building, and building B that Bibby shared with us. After those are done, the students will move in, we'll get the furniture set up, and we'll be ready for this school year, the 26-27 school year, a majority of the classrooms in that building A and B. We'll go right to work on demoing a lot of the old structures. So once we pull that down, construction starts. The cafeteria will remain until we get, some of the other buildings built. So it's basically yearly, right? So summer of 26, A and B, summer of 27. Baby, you gotta help me. Is it?
Building E, and then the rest of the sport fields.
Yes. Then 28 will be the student commons building. And wellness?
No, that's building. Yeah.
It's a little confusing.
So is the cafeteria then adjacent to where the new student commons building will be? That's what it
Yes.
looks like. Okay, that's what.
Yeah,
okay.
so we can go back just to get a little bit more clarity on where the existing cafeteria building is. If I had a little laser, so where I have the PE building, there's a building right next to it to the right. That's the existing cafeteria building that we have to keep while we are building the new commons. So just below the line where it says administration and classroom building, that building is going to come down when all of our students move into phase 1. So that's where the spot of the new cafeteria is going to go. The other portion is that preschool is going to have to remain. Those are the only student building, occupied building that has to remain, because if you can see to the right of where I say kindergarten building, that building is sitting where the new preschool building is going to be attaching to the kindergarten wing. So preschool only moves once. They're going to stay there for another year. So make sure we have their spaces ready for the next year.
So they're going to have to walk just a little bit ways then around, but not that bad. All right, just curious. I was like trying to figure out where, but any additional questions?
Just real quick, what is the capacity of the new preschool building? Because that was one of the things we wanted to make sure we had adequate preschool as well.
Yes, so Madam President, members of the board, cabinet, we have 4 new preschool classrooms and 1 large MAC classroom going in for phase 2. So we are increasing it just by 1 additional classroom for what I understand.
Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. I really appreciate this update.
Thank you so much for the
Look
opportunity.
forward to the next one.
Yes.
All right, item 10.1, discussion regarding future meetings. Dr. Guerin.
President Kazi, members of the board, cabinet, and guests. In looking at our next meeting, I will certainly get board feedback, but we might not need to have the executive session for superintendent budget recommendations because, as board members pointed out, Budget Advisory and IBN are very aligned and very straightforward with very few ticket items that have a cost. So if everyone's okay, I think we could forgo that, and I can communicate that in your weekly update. Moving through the rest of the meeting, Mr. Thompson is going to get to put a bow on his policies, so I know he will be very excited about that. And scrolling all the way down, we're going to hear about some co-teaching in preschool, and we will have a Madison Advocate legislative update. My understanding is there's over 4,000 bills going right now in the legislature, so it is a race. I think they finally reached the day where no more new ones could be heard. There's a lot of interesting things going on, so that'll be a fascinating update. I will provide my superintendent budget recommendations based on the hard work of IBN and Budget Advisory, and then Dr. Lomeli will bring the employee salary schedule and employment contracts based on that budget.
Thank you, Dr. Guerin. Any questions or additions? I know, it's all moving so quickly. Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. Please vote. We're adjourned.